What's going on, Packers fans? Aaron Nagler here, joined by Terrence Parsons Jr., who may be related to a certain Green Bay Packer that we all know and love at this point. Terrence, how are you today, man?
I'm good.
Thanks so much for jumping on. I did want to talk to you about this matchup because I know you live down in Dallas, and until about, a couple weeks ago, you were rooting hard for those Dallas Cowboys. But now that table has turned. What are your feelings going into this game, first of all? Because I got to think, has to feel a little like whiplash here.
Yeah, true feelings is, I hate it for my Cowboys, obviously.
But, wait, show the people your shirt first of all before we get all that. See, he's repping the right colors. That's all we care about. They're very good, very good.
Yeah, I told Dallas fans this week I'm all Green Bay. Hated the trade, hated the backlash of the trade.
Right.
So yeah, I told him it's
especially down there in Dallas. I got to think you're in the thick of it. I can't imagine what you've been going through.
Fans are crazy.
Truly
fans are crazy. I tell them, like, man, listen, if Micah chose to leave, I would be all the way with it. But hey, there's not much you can do about the situation.
Absolutely. So you mentioned your Cowboys. You've been rooting for the Cowboys. You've been watching the Cowboys. I love following you on Twitter during Cowboys games because, man, you're going through it. Through it with this team.
Bad, man. It's real bad. Right.
Well, it's just, I don't mean to make fun of the afflicted, but it is kind of funny that they traded away Micah, and now they have zero pass rush. Like, he was their pass rush, and now they got no pass rush.
That was my whole point that I was trying to get across when the trade happened, because it was just like, if you watch any other games, if Micah's not getting home, nobody's
getting home, right?
Like, you trade our best pass rusher because you say you want to stop throwing, and I get that, with our playoff woes and things like that. But it's just like, I've been saying we should have been the ones to say F those picks and go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
go.
what we should have been doing.
No doubt. So what are you seeing, like, as far as, they're coming off a pretty embarrassing loss there in Chicago where Caleb Williams certainly had his best game as a pro. Is it as simple as the lack of a pass rush, or is there trouble on the back end? Because, man, there are some wide open guys in the secondary.
Yeah, it's both. The no pass rush doesn't help. I was just telling one of my guys the other day, I think it's a combination of both. I feel like guys aren't usually having to cover that long. Right. And then, yeah, there's some miscommunication. But a lot of, man, if you got time to tap the ball twice and then field, and then, man, it's a difference. I tell you, man, pressure bust pipes. When you got to get rid of the ball quicker, a pass rush, you might miss that open guy who's wide open because the rush is right there. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
It's just, there's nothing you can do to say that you're better without a Micah Parsons.
What have you seen from Eberflus? Packers fans are obviously familiar with him from his time in Chicago, and LaFleur certainly had some pretty good back and forth with him throughout the time he was in Chicago. But, man, it certainly looks like maybe he doesn't have the horses to run his courses, because whatever he's trying, coverage-wise, even trying to gin up some pressure, it doesn't seem that much of it has worked.
Yeah, when we got Eberflus, I was fine with it because, he doesn't blitz a lot. He runs zone a lot. We all knew these things. But it was like when you had a Mikey, you had a pass rush, and you didn't think it was going to be this bad.
Right.
So it's just like when you don't have a pass rush and, guys are miscommunicating on the back end, it's just a recipe for disaster. We've been seeing it. It's real hard to watch. I can't lie. Like, they say the Phillies offense is hard to watch.
What have you seen from Kenny Clark? Obviously, that is one of my all-time favorite Packers. He was certainly my favorite Packer for the last decade or so. He seems to be playing well. As hard as it is to watch him play in a Cowboys uniform, their run defense seems to be a little better, and Kenny seems to be a part of that.
Yeah, but say he definitely fits the bill. He's everything that they wanted. I feel like him and Osa, when the trade first happened, I said that's a great inside.
That's a good pairing, yeah.
You got two all-pro caliber D tackles. I wish they could get to the quarterback. But,
right. No doubt.
They are some of the best pass rushing defensive tackles that you can get, though. So it's just like now you just need it from the edges. which kind of sucks because I felt like, hey, you put Kenny Clark on that defensive line with Mike and Osa, and now you're working with hot grease.
Yeah,
Um,
no doubt, no
but it's just
question.
like, hey, buddy.
We got a visitor. Love it.
um, it's just I just feel like Kenny Clark's doing a job. He's doing a job they're paying him for.
Yeah.
The run defense is solid. From week one, holding Saquon to 2-3 yards a carry.
Yep.
That was great. And I feel like ever since then, though, teams been seeing that they can pass on us, so they haven't really wanted to run the ball.
And that's the thing, man. Like they stole that game against the Giants, but the Giants, Russell Wilson, who is now benched because he was so bad against the Chiefs. I mean, he had a field day. Do you think Eberflus tries to maybe not surprise LaFleur, but go against whatever his normal MO has been? You said he's run a lot of zone. Obviously, that has been his MO. Do you think he tries to switch it up and play man? I know they're banged up at corner, but maybe just to try and throw him a curveball a little bit.
I don't see it just because Trayvon Diggs is hurt. Bland, he might be coming back from injury.
Right.
I just don't see him trying to play too much man. There might be a few plays here and there because I know they're trying to simplify things right now. I guess things were too complicated on the back end. So I want to see how that is. I don't see any quick fix from what I've seen in the past.
Right.
There's no quick fix for that. I think there might be some personnel changes, so that's something that might be
a little different.
Might have to be mindful of. But I don't see any way that the Packers don't win this game, and I don't think it's going to be fairly close.
Well, that's the hope. They're definitely hoping that. What do you see when you turn it around? When you look at, the Packers on offense trying to the Packers on defense, getting after Dak Prescott with that front. I know Dak has played well, man. He has played well through these first 3 weeks. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb is out. It makes it a little bit easier on the back end to concentrate, like roll coverage or bracket Pickens, etc. Mm-hmm. I do think the main concern for the Packers is probably Ferguson in this game.
It depends on how they want to use him. I like Ferg, but I also feel as though he doesn't give you anything extra.
That's fair.
Pass catcher,
right?
Okay in the run game, but it's like those. If you're gonna get 13 catches, I need 100 yards, man.
Yeah. right.
Yep. I just need. I want more yards after the catch from him. I feel like he was better with that earlier in his career. But lately, I just feel like we haven't been getting that from him. And you're gonna need that against a Green Bay team who actually tackles well, and they fly to the football, and they're gonna be waiting there for the check down, and that's why I feel like it's not gonna be a close game because I've seen these games a lot, and when they call on Dak Prescott, it's usually a recipe for disaster. Got a couple of linemen out.
Yep.
I feel like they're going to be rotating guys in between that A and B gap. And we've been giving up a lot of pressures as an offensive line to begin with. So I just don't see how our pass rush, the Packers pass rush is eating this game.
What about the run game for the Cowboys? Because it does seem like it's not dynamic, but it at least has been somewhat consistent. Especially in a game that's not out of hand yet. Like, obviously, they got to abandon it there in Chicago. But, I mean, that to me is probably their one hope. As you said, like, Dak's been great. But if you're asking him to drop back 45, 50 times, you know, then you're dead in the water. So I suspect, I mean, especially with a backup couple of linemen, I would think get those guys firing off the ball rather than, retreating in pass protection.
Yeah. Listen, I've been trying to preach this to Cowboy fans the last 2 weeks. The only way we survive the season is if we turn into a conservative. We're going to chew the clock, play keep away football because you got to keep that bad defense off the field.
Right.
That being said, I'm interested to see what the run game does look like. With the center out and the right guard out. So I'm real interested to see what that looks like. I know they're definitely going to be trying to get linemen in space, pulling guards and things like that. That's been real successful for us. So it's really just going to be the defensive line just reading their keys, going with the pulling guard, linebackers reading your guards and playing downhill. I mean, I feel like they've been pretty good with that all year.
Agreed. Yeah.
So I'm not really worried too much about the run game. Only if they're able to keep it close. If they're able to keep it close, if the defense is able to, that's something you kind of got to worry about then.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't really see the Cowboys coming out and trying to ram it down their throats. I feel like the Packers.
They're gonna lean on Dak. Yeah. But there's a little question
good.
there.
I just feel like the Packers defense is too good, too stout up front.
I very much agree. The one path that I can see, and I talked about this a couple times throughout the week, for the Cowboys is, like you just said, like play keep away. Keep the Packers offense off the field and try to, even if you're not running the ball, if you're just doing stuff underneath, trying to like just take the clock down as much as you can each and every time. Because look, they've got a really good returner. They can get into good field position. And they don't need a ton of first downs to be in field goal range.
Yeah.
So
literally just get us past the 50 and Aubrey got
you're there. You're there. So like it's like you said, it's boring as hell, and I don't think Cowboys fans will like it. The style will be boring, but to me, that's their chance. Yeah. That would be my guess, right? So I heard that Mike is going to have you folks in his suite. So are you rocking Packers gear in the suite, or are you going to be in Cowboys gear?
I'm gonna wear a Penn State Michael Parsons jersey.
You're gonna be neutral.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear a Penn State, but I'm gonna have some Packers gear on. I'm gonna have a hat on.
I like to see it.
The suite's nice. It's right there on the field, right there behind the end zone. So it's like,
oh really? Oh, that's dope.
Front seat, yeah, front row seat.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, enjoy the game. Obviously, I'm pulling for the Packers to blow them out so I can like relax by halftime. But you never know. That's why they play the games. Hell, people thought we were going to march into Cleveland and win that one. So you never know.
One game. The Cleveland game, I expected it to be how it was. I didn't expect for us to lose, but I thought it would be like a 17-10.
Yeah.
21-14, something like that, around that area.
That front's no joke. No doubt. No doubt.
Just the defense as a whole, I feel like they have playmakers on every level of the field on that Browns defense.
I agree. Yes. And Jim Schwartz is so good. So,
Yeah. Do what they did against the Ravens, let me know that they were a problem.
Yep.
When you're missing your starting offensive tackle and your guard, I mean, things can go to the left.
It goes south real quick, and that's what happened. And that's why I keep talking about it. But like with Jordan on Sunday night against this Cowboys defense, everyone's talking about, push the ball downfield, all these open lanes, blah, blah, blah. It's like, man, none of that matters if they aren't right up front. We've got Anthony Belton today on the injury report with an ankle. They might be starting their third string tackle.
The only thing I can say is, last week was the only game in Caleb Williams' career that he hadn't been sacked. So, I'm saying, like, hey, if we should be okay on that aspect, if we do give up some sacks, it's not the end of the world.
No, it's not. That is true. That is true. I like it. I like where your head's at. I love it. Terrence, really appreciate the time, man. Enjoy the game on Sunday night, and we'll have your social info and everything in the description of the video so people can follow you. Really appreciate the time, man. Thanks so much.
No problem. Let me know anytime you need me to come back on, for sure.
Will do. Thank you.
Yep.